A live look at a homicide investigation in North Harris County on Trevor Way. Police say a victim shot and killed a man who tried to rob him. That victim told police two men approached him as he was getting out of his truck. That's when the robbery went down. Police say the victim was shot in the leg. He's expected to survive. Police are looking for that second suspect who ran from the scene. A man is dead after he was hit by a car. This happened on Hiram Clark Road in southwest Houston. Police think the victim was crossing the street when he was hit. Officials say the driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with police.
Now to your other big stories. Billionaire Jeffrey Epstein will remain in jail until his bail hearing next week. He's accused of sex crimes with girls as young as 14. He pleaded not guilty in court yesterday. Prosecutors say he recruited and molested dozens of young girls inside his home from 2002 to 2005. Attorneys are urging more victims to come forward. If convicted, he faces up to 45 years in prison. Epstein pleaded guilty to similar accusations in 2008. He served 13 months in prison and registered as a sex offender.
The Rush Block continues with the day's other big stories, starting with the robbery and shooting at a Houston hair salon. It happened yesterday afternoon on Griggs Road in southeast Houston. A woman inside the salon was shot. She is expected to survive. Police have yet to provide any information on a possible suspect. Iran now enriching uranium past the limits set in the 2015 nuclear deal, and Vice President Mike Pence issued a warning.
Iran should not confuse American restraint with a lack of American resolve.
The European Union has called on Iran to stop and reverse its nuclear activity. A family vacation takes a tragic turn. A toddler from Indiana falls to her death from the 11th floor of a Royal Caribbean cruise ship in Puerto Rico. Her grandfather sat her down in an open window, then lost his balance, leading to her fall. The man accused of a road rage shooting that set off a fireworks explosion and left two toddlers severely burned faces a judge. Baron Rivera is being held on a $130,000 bond.
So what we know right now, it was just a road rage. Somebody cut somebody off in traffic.
This Kingwood townhome complex turned eyesore should be history in the not-so-distant future. The former Forest Cove townhomes were completely destroyed during Hurricane Harvey, mostly due to the release of the Lake Conroe Dam. I found out through the Harris County Flood Control District that the property is being bought up and will eventually be demolished, returned to open space.
That's your Rush Block. Today's big stories from here in Houston and around the world. Let us know what's going on with you. Tweet us with the hashtag HtownRush.